Hey everybody, this is Rob Cootie. How you doing? Welcome to today's podcast, number 118. Yep, leveraging the threshold of profitability. There we go. It's currently 10:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is January 25th, and the month of January is almost over already. It's hard to believe. Well, as you know, each and every day we ask that you share our podcast and our platforms with our fellow network marketers across the world. You can do that utilizing hashtag TheMLM Solution, hashtag TheMLM Solution. So if you will, please do that. We depend on you to help us get the word out, and we want people to have access to this wonderful information so they can use it along with this wonderful business model to change their lives. As you know, we go live every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Marie and I will be with you shortly. Once again, we're going to be leveraging the threshold of profitability. If you don't know what the threshold of profitability is, you absolutely must join us, and you want to learn the threshold of profitability and how to leverage it to your benefit so you can maximize the financial opportunity a new company offers you. That being said, I'm going to hop off of here. We'll see you in a moment. All right.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. How are you today?
Good morning, Rob. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Today's the 25th. This month's almost over.
I know we're in the last week of January already. This year is just sliding right on by.
I don't even know what to say. I really don't. I know that a lot of people last year said the country will never be the same. And I thought, we're Americans. We'll get back to, I don't know when normal will be. I think it'll be a new normal, and I hate using that term. But the point is, I'm thinking more and more all the time that they're right, that we will not return back to what we were before. Not being political, just saying, here it is, January, almost over. We're going into February, and it doesn't seem like things have changed much. It seems like this year could ratchet up even more and become more divisive. So thank God we have network marketing to bring at least us entrepreneurs that love making money in an honest, ethical way together. And we can talk about something fun outside of the craziness of this world.
Well, absolutely. And it's one of the areas of our life. If you have your own business, or you're thinking about starting up your own business, especially within the network marketing industry, it's an aspect of life that you actually have control over, right? There are lots of things going on in the world today that we can sit back and watch. And it's just like, really can't do much about that. You can voice an opinion, you can cast your vote, but after that, when it's all said and done, there's not much else you can do. Watching the news and stressing over what's going on really doesn't do much of anything other than negatively affect your health and make you cranky and crabby and everything else. So it's better off to spend your time productively and focus on something you can control. And this is absolutely one of those areas that we get to share that people can control, and we have the ability to help folks achieve the level of success that they're after.
Absolutely. And just so everybody knows, this is regular orange juice. It's 11 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So I just want to make that clear. Everybody knows I like my drinks. So
apple
juice. There we go.
That's Rob and I, apples and oranges.
There you go. There we go. That's awesome. Yeah, you're right. So I just wanted people to know I have water here too. All right. So with that being said, Ms. Murray, we have an interesting topic today. Most people, let's be honest, have no clue what the threshold of profitability is, which is very sad. As you know, every industry, well, just about everything in life is about numbers. I mean, I dare anybody to go through life without numbers. You can't do it. If Miss Marie says that she's X amount of age, I can verify that with her birth certificate or her driver's license. If she says that I live at so-and-so address, I can verify that by driving to that address, and the numbers help identify that address, and there she is. If Miss Marie says my IP address is this, and I go and look, and sure enough, that's her IP address, all those numbers identify certain characteristics of life, sometimes very pinpoint, sometimes with pinpoint accuracy. If you go and get labs done, Miss Marie, everything's numbers, right? And there's a baseline. When I get my lab report back, it has the established, accepted baseline range, and then you fall either in or out of that range. So the point is, numbers are everywhere. They're accurate, they're precise, they paint a picture. Threshold of profitability is no different, guys. And the reason it's called the threshold of profitability, because if you go below the threshold number that we'll be talking about here in a moment, you're putting your profitability into jeopardy. And you might be saying, well, Rob, what is it that you're saying? Look, guys, we tell you all the time, look, if you're going to join a company, make as much money as quickly as possible. All right? Shoot for the moon. Because, look, you don't know when that opportunity is going to go away. You don't know if that new company is going to be around for a year, 18 months, 30 months, 48 months. You have no clue. And if you get in there and filly fart around, and we don't want to add extra pressure. There's enough pressure in this world today. What we're saying is go in, focus, go in, put the work that you can put behind it. And we say it all the time. You go and look at our past episodes, you'll hear us say, if you can put an hour and a half in, make it the best hour and a half you can do. Okay, if it's 2 hours, 2.5 hours, make it the best 2.5 hours you can do. Some days you're going to have really great 2.5 hours, and some days you're not. And accept it for what it is. Don't beat yourself up. Why do we say that? Because we don't want you to be stressed out. Look, not everybody in your downline is going to utilize the threshold of profitability. That is fine. Accept it for what it is. Realize, number one, you don't control them. Number two, it's their business. Number three, you don't know their financial situation. Number four, not everybody wants to participate and believe in the threshold of profitability. That's fine. It's their business. Okay? What you're trying to do is get enough people together that out of those people, you will eventually have 100 people in your whole organization that will be doing on auto ship 100 PV or more. That's when you really start to hit some stride in your business. But the only way that's possible is by teaching and preaching and staying committed to the threshold of profitability. And then once again, to cap this point off so we can get into the subject, the reason you have the threshold of profitability is so that you can maximize the financial opportunity that company is offering you in a short period of time. Otherwise, you're going to leave money on the table and you're going to be kicking yourself for the rest of your life because, guys, you're doing the work anyway. Why not maximize it, right, Miss Marie? Whether you make $500 a month, which I'm not saying is small, that could be a game changer for people. Or if you're making $5,000 a month, the steps are the same. It's the same 5 steps that lead to that $500 and that $5,000 a month. Okay? So since you know that, why not shoot for the moon and make as much money as you can? So with that being said, Ms. Marie, I wanted to make that point before we got started so people understand why they want to stick around and listen to this episode.
Well, the threshold of profitability is one of those things that a lot of people coming into a network marketing opportunity don't understand at all. Because again, most people are invited into an opportunity by family or friends who've been exposed, and they're not necessarily business people. They don't necessarily have that background or that thinking. And most folks coming in have a general idea of business and they know they want to make money. But what is that threshold of profitability? And if you think about it, any and every business has to have a target for the threshold of profitability. Yeah. For example, a McDonald's franchise. I'm just going to use that, and I'm totally making up numbers. I'm not saying this is anywhere close. I'm picking on McDonald's because I don't think there's anybody out there that can say they haven't seen the golden arches and don't know what a McDonald's hamburger is, right?
Right.
But every McDonald's franchise owner has a target number of hamburgers that they need to sell in order to be profitable. Because along with X number of hamburgers sold, they know they're going to sell so many French fries, so many sodas, so many salads, so many chickens, the whole shebang. And that's what's going to help them move into the black, where they're actually at a point where they're making money rather than losing money on a month-to-month basis. It's no different here in the network marketing industry. We're looking at this threshold of profitability to say this is the kind of the ground floor level you want to meet to really be able to start achieving those financial goals that you're after. And it's a target to work toward. So that's what we want to make sure you have in mind here. And a lot of people don't come into the industry thinking in those terms. They're not thinking about the point value and the auto ships that their business partners and or customers are bringing through their business. They think of it in terms of the number of people they've signed up into the business or the number of customers that they have. Well, those numbers can be misleading because it's really that volume level that's important when it comes to the compensation plan and the payouts in a network marketing business.
That's right. And also on top of that, Ms. Marie, what you talked about, we have done episodes on this particular subject, obviously, but also we have talked about the downside of people not doing the threshold of profitability. We've talked about how people, what product you can purchase from your company to make up that threshold number. And we also, more importantly, Ms. Marie, we talked about if you have a one product company, Ms. Marie, very few new companies open their doors with multiple products. There are situations where that does happen. Complete line of makeup, complete line of nutritional products, whatever. But if you have a one juice company, and Ms. Marie, you've probably seen them, that is something that can be a challenge. So before we get started, I want to make it clear, we have done episodes on this. You can go back and look for any of our videos that are talking about the threshold of profitability, and we address one product companies. Matter of fact, we did one on a one product company. You can go there as well, listen to that, and you will see what we're talking about, how to address making the threshold of profitability work for you in a one product company. Now, unless that was a real strong product, Ms. Marie, if it was another juice company, I'm not sure that I want to deal with that challenge. And I'm not going to get into that. Once again, go to that video or that podcast, and you'll see what we're talking about. But the bottom line is, Ms. Marie, that would be a real challenge in getting the threshold of profitability to work in a new company. I would have to be overwhelmed with other aspects, and I mean overwhelmed with other aspects of the company to justify my time and commitment, because they'll look other people in the eye and say, you can do this business. I might be able to afford to do the juices, but that doesn't mean other people will, or that they share the same viewpoint as I do in regards to the product. Who wants to have multiple cases of juice delivered to the home each and every month, right? Who can drink that much unless you drink every day? And then you're probably like, oh my gosh, I'm going to throw up. I'm drinking. I've been there. So I'm speaking from experience. Okay. All right. So with that being said, guys, here's our document on the threshold of profitability. That's what it looks like. You can go on our website. You can find this. Just go to the search and type in threshold of profitability. We have audio, video. We have the book. Everything is there. If you don't know what the threshold of profitability is, it will go into great detail about what it is, how it works, the impact it will have on your business, why you want to use it. That's powerful. And also, we were talking about numbers. We have that too. Look at there. Same thing. You go to our website, put in the search bar. It's a numbers game, and you're going to get direct access to this product, which once again, all of our products include one video, one audio, and the ebook at the very minimum. And all of them also come with bonuses, amazing bonuses that you'll be glad that you had received. And one of the bonuses is this, the one and only, the original Network Marketing Dictionary. It helps people that are new to the business, the people that are not only new, but maybe they've been in for a little bit, Miss Marie, but they're not familiar with all the terms. And Miss Marie, as you know, some of these terms, some of this lingo, some of the slang, whatever term you want to use, can be confusing. And you may not understand it. You may miss an important point that your upline is trying to make because it went right over your head. This book here will help you once again. Now, this does not come with a video or an audio for good reason. It's a dictionary. All right. So with that being said, I brought those up because I wanted you guys to know that we have those things covered for you. If you don't know what we're talking about as we go deeper in the subject here very shortly, you will have these documents available to you so that you can get access to them. And we also have our super PAC. We also have our members area. And why do I bring that up? Because if you go there, you're going to have a lifetime access to each and everything we offer, which is kind of breathtaking. So instead of just getting one thing at a time, why not learn it all? I would encourage you to start out with a super PAC, save yourself some money. It has all the ingredients for the basics, right, Ms. Marie?
That and then some.
There you go. All right. So that being said, let's go, guys, to this subject matter. Look, leveraging the threshold of profitability. Ms. Marie makes up our subject matter each and every week. And I would venture to say that what she's getting out with this leveraging of the threshold of profitability, if I'm wrong, Ms. Marie, please step in and correct me. As you can tell, Ms. Marie and I do not talk during the weekends. And I didn't even answer her how our weekend was, but we'll talk about that in a moment. But anyway, the thing is that the leveraging of the threshold of profitability, considering that I came up with the threshold of profitability, I did not the number, but I did with the actual quote unquote system, if you want to use that term, is this, guys. You have a situation where you're going to be able to leverage the threshold of profitability to maximize the financial opportunity this company offers. What does that mean in normal everyday language? You're going to make a ton of money. Okay. If you leverage the numbers that makes up the threshold of profitability, the compounding, the duplication takes place, then the compounding starts taking place. And Miss Marie, before you know it, you are starting to create serious volume very quickly. And when you create serious volume, you have pin rank advancement popping up everywhere in your business. And additionally, your money, your checks just start exploding. The thing is that you have to be able to believe in the threshold of profitability first and foremost. You can do that with the documents we just covered. You have to understand how it works. You have to endorse it, but more importantly, you have to use it yourself, which is very easy to do. And once you do, one of the ways you leverage the threshold of profitability all across the world, no matter where your downline ends up being, guess what? It all adds up to the same thing. Because the threshold of profitability, which is 100 PV per month, in case you didn't know, is the same in the US, the same in Canada, the same in Mexico, the same in Spain, the same in Portugal, the same everywhere. It never changes. And that's where the duplication is taking place and where the compounding of those numbers really start to happen. Right, Ms. Marie?
Yep, absolutely. And where that threshold of profitability comes from, we're talking about the PV, the point value of the products within the company. So what you're looking to do is find within your company's catalog of products, whatever that is, those items that you want to receive on an auto ship monthly basis that's going to equate to at least 100 point volume for yourself. So whether that's a hair care product and a cleaning product and a supplement, or it's 2 bottles of juice and a bar of soap. I mean, it depends on what your company is producing, what you're marketing. You want to find those things that you are going to use on a monthly basis on auto ship. It's going to come automatically each month, has to be at least 100 PV, point volume, personal volume, whatever you decide that PV stands for. But you're going to get that each month. And then what you want to do is, as you bring in each of your business partners, you are encouraging them to do the same thing. Find those, products that they like that they're going to use on a monthly basis that's at least 100 PV, and that's what they're going to set their auto ship up for. And that's what you duplicate throughout your business to build towards that 10,000 group volume, right? If you get 100 of your business partners and customers doing 100 PV per month, that will put you at that 10,000 group volume level, which really starts making most comp plans lucrative. And if you've done your homework correctly on the company, the compensation plan, those types of things, it should be bringing in a pretty good income for you. Now, that doesn't mean you need to go out and find 100 people to do those 100 PV, right? These are going to be your partners, their customers, your customers, and it expands. That's the beauty of the duplication. But it's a key factor that you have to train into your organization to be on auto ship automatically every month at that 100-point volume level so you can achieve that.
Right. And on top of that, Ms. Marie, here's the thing. The threshold of profitability is not only what you're saying. Guys, it could be 52 tubes of toothpaste, okay? And let's say the toothpaste is $2 a piece, all right? It could be 52 things of toothpaste. You say, well, that's ridiculous. Guys, I knew people that did that. You know why? Because they donated it, Miss Marie. They donated it to the homeless. They donated it to churches. They donated. And they got tax benefits for that. Now, anytime we talk about taxes, we always going to defer that you talk to a tax attorney, whatever. But when you make a donation of certain amounts up and beyond a certain limit, you get a tax deduction for that. So the thing is that, yes, believe it or not, 52 tubes of toothpaste actually make up 100 PV, okay?
Well, and that's something else to consider too, is not only the fact that if you want to get something on a monthly basis, for instance, to donate, but also to sample out. That can be considered a marketing cost for you as well. I would say things that are kind of touchy-feely scented that people need to get their hands on, be able to smell, feel, those types of things. It's always good to have samples available as well. So I know some people that have product sample within their monthly auto ship coming so that they can sample it out as they're talking to people, right, just in general. So there's a variety of ways to hit that threshold of profitability. It doesn't have to be just what you solely are going to consume. It could be you and your family. You could be, getting something gift-wise, stocking up for Christmas. There's the whole scented candle business. I know folks that do that, and everybody gets a scented candle for Christmas because they're accumulating them month to month as part of their auto ship. So there's a variety of ways to hit that threshold of profitability. Right. Absolutely. So be creative with it.
That's right. Yes. And if you ever with a company like Amway, New Skin, Mary Kay, Herbalife, Shackley, Metaluca, et cetera, all old companies, always bring them up because they're the most stable. And they also have the greatest line of products. And the point is, it's easier to create that threshold of profitability in older companies than it is in a new company. But believe it or not, you have a chance to make more money with a new company than you do with an old company. And you say, well, why is that? I'm not going to go into that. If you go and look, it's time. Look at our videos, listen to our podcast where we're talking about the timing is everything video that's talking about getting in with a new company in the beginning. Because why? Because of the exponential growth. Okay. And you have to be a part of that exponential growth in order to maximize the financial opportunity. Because look, the company's going to continue to grow. If you quit, the company's going to say, okay, Rob quit. We got to stop building. We got to stop growing. Rob went away. Boo-hoo. No, the company says, you know what? Screw that. Rob left. That's his fault. No big deal. Guess what? We'll just replace him with somebody else who has more determination, more heart, whatever the case may be. And so when I leave, a vacuum is created. And in that vacuum, there's a big star that comes in, unbeknownst to the company. And next thing you know, the company gets more and more volume because that person that replaced Rob in the company's position ended up creating more volume than Rob did. What does what? It adds to the company's profitability. And, okay. So the thing is that you have to realize, guys, that if you join a new company, it's all about riding that wave of growth that the company's going through. How do you do that? By building a business. You're a part of their growth, and you're also riding their tail of that growth. Okay. So the thing is, exponential growth causes that threshold of profitability to really explode. So the thing is, you want to look for a new company, because the older companies, even though they have a larger line of products, a newer company can be a bigger challenge finding that 100 PV, as she just said, and you can be creative in that. And I would encourage you to do that. But at the same time, you got to remain committed to that, especially if it's a one product company. Now, to stay focused on the leveraging of the threshold of profitability, remember what you're doing is you're leveraging you're using the threshold profitability number, which is 100 PV per month, auto ship, 100 PV per month. Guys, if they're not on auto ship and 100 PV, which we did an episode on leaders, how do you identify your leaders in your business? Part of the prerequisite is this: they have to be doing 100 PV and on auto ship. Just because they're doing 100 PV per month and they're not on auto ship does not necessarily mean that they're a leader. And there's other things going on too. Your true leaders will be building new volume each and every week, each and every month. They'll be having pin rank advancement in their organization. They will be on auto ship. They will be doing 100 PV per month minimum. Okay, these are characteristics of leaders. There's actual continuous growth, continuous focus, moving forward, and they're doing all the right steps. And using the 5 simple steps, of course, in which they wouldn't be getting the results if they weren't. So leveraging the threshold of profitability means that you are causing duplication to take place, because you're not only doing it yourself, you're promoting it, you're telling your people, as we told you before. It's one thing to demand that they do 100 PV per month. If you show people, hey, this is what's going to happen. And Miss Marie brought it up a minute ago, 10,000 group volume. That's your goal. Why? Because that's at the threshold of going big time. Okay, that's going from part-time, and you can get in according to what company you're with and what comp plan's being used. That's the key right there. But when you get 100 people doing 100 PV per month, if you create 10,000 group volume with just about any company, that should be a very nice check with a lot of nice bonuses added to it, okay? That puts you in a position to say, wow, this is really working. I need to make a choice. Am I going to go full-time and give up my job and really go balls to the walls with this, because this thing's working? I'm at 10,000 group volume and I'm making this much, and I'm only that far away from making even more. So leveraging the threshold of profitability means that you're doing the 100 PV per month, you're promoting it to your downline, you're showing them why they need to do it. And now you've got the threshold of profitability spreading out through your organization. Remember that part of leveraging the threshold of profitability means people not on the auto ship and not wanting to build a big business. And you might be saying, well, Rob, what does that mean? Look, we focus in on the people that are doing 100 PV per month, et cetera, et cetera. They're going to be people that are going to start out saying, yes, I want to build a business, a big business, and then they fall down to the small business level or the mid-level business level, and they're happy, okay? And they may not do 100 PV per month. They may consistently do 55 PV per month. That may be their auto ship, okay? That's cool. That's awesome, because guess what? You remember, you're always going to have 97% of the people that are not going to build a big business. They're not going to go after the big time, okay? So what does that mean? That means if you get out there and you do what you're supposed to do, which is the 5 simple steps, which includes the threshold of profitability, and every person you sign up and you explain to them the power of the threshold of profitability and why they want to do it, they're going to walk away with the same exact knowledge that Miss Marie has, that Tommy has, that Sally has, that David has. Everybody's going to start out the same way. And if they decide not to go to that level, they may be a consistent 55 PV per month person because they love the toothpaste. Instead of ordering 50, they order 25 every month. Okay. The point is, they will be there, Miss Marie, as you know, sometimes for many months, sometimes many years. And guys, you're going to have more people in the 30 to 55, 75 month level, which makes no sense to me, but that's the way they do it. It's the way the numbers work. And you're going to have, sure, you're going to have the core people that are going to do 100 PV per month. They're going for the big time. They're going after it. They're going to stand out. But Miss Marie, there are times, and certain comp plans require it for stability of your business, where the numbers that are in your organization could be larger than the people that are doing 100 PV per month. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
It sure does. And that's one of those areas where you have to allow for people to run their business the way they want, right? You can
Yep.
encourage people to be committed to that threshold of profitability when it comes to auto ship, but every individual in your organization, they're running their own business. You can't command it. They're all going to do something slightly different. You may find those that do less than, you may find those that do multiples of.
Yeah.
So, you don't necessarily have control over it. The only thing you can control is make sure you're communicating clearly the advantage of reaching that threshold of profitability each and every month on their auto ship and what it can do for them.
That's right. And my point of the leveraging, guys, of them not doing 100 PV, you say, well, Rob, you're always promoting threshold of profitability, the 100 PV per month. Why would you now backpedal and talk about numbers less than 100 PV per month? Guys, it's not what I'm saying. If you go back and you listen to our podcast, you will hear us always talking about 97% of the people, maybe 98% in your business, will not go after the big time, okay, the big money. So that means in order for you to leverage the threshold of profitability in a proper and efficient manner, you've got to promote from day one with each and every person the 100 PV per month. And she just said, explain to them why they want to do it. Let them make the determination whether they want to take their own business. And if they, guys, think about it. If you had nothing more than let's say you got 500 people in your business, okay? 100 of those people somewhere in your business are doing 100 PV per month, okay? And of course, you're doing 100 PV per month. That means that your whole group, just on those people, those 100 people doing 100 PV, is creating 10,000 group volume. That's a solid. That's a given each and every month. And then you have the rest of your organization. So you have 100 people in your downline doing 100 PV, which equals 10,000 group volume. You look at the comp plan, you say, well, I'm going to get paid that much on that 10,000 group volume. But guess what? Your group volume is not just 10,000 in this scenario. Your group volume could be 25,000. You say, well, how could that be? Because guess what? 97% of the people, the other 400 people out of the 500 in your business, the other 400 are doing what? Less than 100 PV per month. Meaning that you have a large percentage of your group doing more. They're doing 15,000 group volume, where your people, the 100 people doing 100 PV, are creating 10,000 for a total of 25,000. Guys, that's what happens. As a business builder going after the big time, why do we always focus on you? What? Developing 100 people doing 100 PV per month, because of what we just talked about. Do you see how your business can be big and strong and profitable the whole time if you just do the threshold of profitability that we talk about? See, we're talking about leveraging the idea of the threshold of profitability, knowing that we can't beat the numbers in network marketing, which means 97 to 98% of people that you talk to are not going to do the threshold of profitability. But in order to ensure duplication, in order for you to have an honest and fair chance of finding those 100 people in your downline that will do the threshold of profitability, you have to do what? Start duplication from day one, and it starts from leaving your mouth to their ears, promoting and telling them why they want to do the threshold of profitability with each and every person, regardless of whether they're a 5 on the scale of ambition or if they're a 9 on the scale of ambition. You do the same thing over and over and over so that you can get what I just talked about. That's leveraging the threshold of profitability. The threshold of profitability is a tactic. It's part of a peripheral. Look, you have the 5 simple steps. Those make up the very basics of the business building process. But the threshold of profitability, the scale of ambition, are peripheral items that go and are embedded in the 5 simple steps. You have to use them. Miss Maria, isn't that right? There's no way to get away from the threshold of profitability. If you want to make money, you've got to do it. Okay, and we have a wonderful presentation that you can look at and watch, and it explains the threshold of profitability, working good and bad. It shows both sides of it, and it does a wonderful job explaining the power of it and showing you how and why you want to use it. But look, we can't beat the numbers. 97% of the people are going to lose their dream. They're going to decide they want a smaller business. They're going to decide that $500 a month is fine. They don't need to go any bigger. $1,000 to $1,100, whatever. And you got to accept them. You and I did a podcast. Accept the 5s for what they are. Don't try to change a 5 into a 10, I think was the title. You guys, you got to let them be the best 5 that they want to be. Let them be the best 7 that they want to be. Don't try to change a 7 into a 10 by motivating them and calling them up and harassing them and telling them they're this close to being big time. They will be that. They'll determine whether that's true or not. All right, Miss Marie?
Yep. And another thing to keep in mind too is a lot of network marketing companies have a minimum personal volume requirement that you must meet in order to qualify for the payouts and the bonuses at varying levels as well. So make sure you understand and know what those levels are too, because that's another thing that supports the threshold of profitability in terms of what you're going to qualify for within that compensation plan structure. And that does change from company to company, so we can't really address that in specifics here, but be aware that that is factored into your threshold of profitability. You know, we talk very much about that 100 PV auto ship per month. We use that as a generality. That may or may not hold true for the company that you're in. Your threshold of profitability, depending on your company, may be more or less. So you need to work within those parameters and just make sure you understand what those are within the compensation plan that you're working.
And that's, guys, that's something that you're going to have to, you'll learn all this stuff if you access our products, okay? The bottom line is that you want to make sure you understand the basics of the industry. If you don't know the basics, and this is one of the basics right here, then guess what? You need to know it. The more informed you are, the easier this business is going to be. The more informed you are, the more profitable you're going to be. Okay? The more informed you are, the less headaches you're going to have. I'm telling you. Otherwise, your learning curve is going to be this big versus this big. And that's the reason why we're here. And anybody that's smart, we did a podcast the other day on having a good mentor. Anybody that's smart, which I gave my personal story, I was not smart, and I paid a very severe price for not listening to others that were smarter than me, okay? Don't be a Rob, okay? Do the right thing. Get a mentor. And part of getting a mentor is following somebody that teaches the basics, has been there before you, and knows what pitfalls lie ahead. You know what? If you're smart, you'll listen to them, avoid those pitfalls, and learn the right way to do something. And then guess what? Our members area, all of our products teach you the right things to do. And all you have to do is go to TheMLM-solution.net. Let's see here. Where is that? There we go. TheMLM-solution.net. And you can get access to all of the great products that we have there. And with that being said, Miss Marie, it's currently 37 minutes in, and I think we've covered this subject very well. It's something that really doesn't need a whole lot of I think we did a wonderful job clarifying, but let me just summarize it real quick, guys, and I'll make it quick. Look, threshold profitability is 100 PV per month. History has shown that if you do anything below 100 PV per month, you're going to have to work 2 to 3 times harder to create the same volume that Miss Marie is creating in her business, utilizing the 100 PV per month threshold. Okay, let me say it again for clarification. If you choose not to use the threshold of profitability, you're going to have to work 2 to 3 times harder than her, maybe even more. In other words, you're going to have to sponsor 2 to 3 more extra people. Instead of you, out of 10 people you sponsor, and you getting 5, 6, 7 of those people on the threshold of profitability, you're only going to get 1 or 2, where she's going to get 5 or 6. Okay, all right. So that you're behind the 8 ball already. Because you only have 2 people out of 10, and she has 4, maybe 5, and maybe up to 6 people out of every 10 doing the threshold of profitability. You can't compete with that. She's going to get bigger checks. She's going to get more pin rank advancement quicker than you, and she's going to maximize the opportunity before this company closes its doors, where you're just going to make pennies on the dollar. Not a good scenario, okay? So to summarize it, you want to use the threshold of profitability to maximize the financial opportunity a new company offers you. Remember, your downline will stick around if they're making money. If you promote the threshold of profitability, what does that do? It increases your retention rate in your business, meaning you don't have to recruit new people all the time to replace the people that left because they weren't making money. Okay? All right? Additionally, remember, we just talked about, we always tell you to find 100 people doing 100 PV per month. Well, guess what? The peripheral of that is that 97 to 98% of the people that you sponsor, the example I gave, you have 500 people in your business, only 100 of those people are doing 100 PV per month. The other 400 are doing some number in between, let's say 10 PV per month up to maybe 75 PV per month. They're doing less than 100 PV. So you're going to have a larger group of people doing less than 100 PV per month, creating a huge amount of volume in addition to the 100 people that are doing the 100 PV per month. How exciting is that? Once again, that's the leveraging of the threshold profitability tactic. That's why you want to use it, because there's so many wonderful things that come out of it. Okay. So, Ms. Marie, I just want to summarize that real quick before we close out. Guys, that is leveraging. Leveraging means that you're getting everything you can out of a business building tactic that is designed to do. And that's exactly what it's done. Ms. Marie and I have never done that. I guess we might need to do a show on that. We called it leveraging today, but we just wanted to clip the surface. But we never, Ms. Marie, we never painted a picture of a properly growing organization outside of the 100 PV, 100 people doing 100 PV. We always focus on that, and we forget about all the other people. We have lightly touched on it, but we really never went into any great details, because some comp plans, as we close, require that you have, like if I wanted to be an Emerald, I'd have to have 4 or 5 directs under me, and my whole group would have to be doing 8,000 group volume. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. You've seen that, have you not?
Yes.
So the thing is that if your business, if you don't have the 97, 98% of the people who don't want to do the threshold of profitability as part of your business, you're not going to have the qualifications necessary in that comp plan to rise up and pin rank and qualify for bonuses and all the other things. Correct, Ms. Marie?
That is accurate. And it varies from compensation plan to compensation plan, company to company. So
it does, absolutely. But it is out there, and there's a certain amount. You know why? Because companies want to make money. Why, if they're doing it, why would you not do it? Okay. So, all right, Ms. Marie, you have anything to add to that? Should we not do that show on that in the near future, you think?
I think we should. We'll talk about that in the not too distant future here. We'll add that to the list. And as always, if you understand the points we're making, you appreciate the information you're picking up here, be sure to give us a thumbs up, like, comment, and share across our social media channels. You can always find us using hashtag #TheMLM-Solution. That's hashtag #TheMLM-Solution. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can register for notifications there. Click on that bell twice. You'll hear when we upload new content, when we're going live. You can join us. And of course, be sure to visit our website, TheMLMsolution.net. As Rob alluded to throughout the show here, he demonstrated or showed you a few of the different products we have out there. There's just a wealth of information available to you there, some of it even free to download. So go check out TheMLMsolution.net. And tomorrow,
right there.
Yep, there you go. He's got it up on the screen for you too, if you're watching us on video. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll be talking about responding to new partner questions. So join us tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time, for that hot topic. And I'm excited. That's going to be another good one.
Yeah, we've been on a roll covering a lot of great stuff. I agree. All righty, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you guys for all the things that you're doing on our social media platforms. We are very grateful. We see it, and we thank you so much for it. We're doing some wonderful things this year, and it's starting to show in the numbers, and we appreciate it. Ms. Marie, we'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, don't forget to pass it on with our fellow network marketers across the world. Give them access to this wonderful information as well. Take care, everybody. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for listening.
All right, let's go. Come on. What's going on here?
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, TheMLMsolution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.